Frieza is the sadistic predator of the Dragon Ball universe who's captivated the intrigue and imagination of fans ever since we first saw him in action. The powerful mutant dreamed of conquering the entire universe, and he almost did. That is, until he met our heroes on planet Namek, where he was first defeated by Super Saiyan Goku in a long and elaborate battle. The next time he saw him, Future Trunks obliterated him along with his father, King Cold. But even death couldn't contain the brutal dictator for long, and he came back stronger than ever with a shiny transformation in Dragon Ball Resurrection F. In this video, we're going to discuss Golden Frieza in detail, so without wasting any more time, let's hop right into it. What is the Golden Frieza transformation? How did Frieza achieve it? During the events of Dragon Ball Z, Frieza was a well-spoken provocateur who would test the limits of his enemies with pure intimidation. He's the type of guy who would kill his enemies' family members first just to derive pleasure from the pain and horror. Toriyama, R.I.P., based his character on the infamous land mafias of Japan, a set of people who terrorized common people to snatch away their homes for financial gains. Similarly, Frieza had a mission to rule over all the universe, and in that pursuit, he obliterated thousands of planets and killed billions of sentient life forms. During the planet Namek saga, Frieza goes head-to-head with Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, and Vegeta. In this battle, it's revealed that the form that we've seen him in until now isn't his true form, but a lesser transformation to suppress his insane power level. He can jump from one scary transformation to another, constantly increasing his powers. When our heroes are overwhelmed and almost killed in the fight, the beloved Saiyan Goku finally enters the battlefield, forcing the brutal dictator to transform into his fourth and true form. The battle between Goku and Frieza has been one of the highlights of the entire Dragon Ball saga and lasts for a staggering 19 episodes in the anime. In the early stages of the fight, Goku finds out that Frieza can't sense ki and has to see his opponents to launch an attack. He tries to use this against him, but the Space Hitler's power levels can't be tamed for one weakness. The Saiyan finds out about another of his opponent's amazing skills when Frieza hits him with a giant boulder without even using his body. Such was the mental capacity of Frieza that he could move things without even touching them. During the battle, Frieza makes the big mistake of killing Goku's best friend Krillin and unknowingly unleashes his Super Saiyan upon himself. Super Saiyan was a myth that hadn't been in reality for over 1,000 years, and even the tyrant was intimidated by that myth. After a planet-destroying battle, Frieza is defeated when his body is unable to manage the insane power level that it's reached. He's sliced in half by his own energy disk. However, Goku spares his life, allowing him to return to Earth with his father, King Cold, for revenge. Here, he is met with Future Trunks, who, in his Super Saiyan form, fights Mecha Frieza and slices and dices him into pieces, finally ending the reign of the brutal tyrant. But, as we all know, death doesn't have much punch in the Dragon Ball universe, and he was brought back to life in the movie Resurrection F, and he comes back in style with insane power and a new golden color. The Golden Frieza transformation, according to him, was achieved with just 4 months of training. In the Namek saga, he said that he had never had to train in his life, and that proved to be a mistake while fighting Goku. So this time he came prepared. He trained, just like the other fighters, but the result was far better than one could have ever hoped to achieve. How powerful is Golden Frieza? In his true form, he almost went head-to-head with a first-time Super Saiyan Goku, but lost due to a lack of control over his body. But in Resurrection F, he trained hard to surpass the level of Super Saiyans. He could easily fight with Gohan, humbling him with a single punch. He then fights Goku in his Super Saiyan Blue form and can defeat him as well. The reason behind that is his peculiar status among his race. He and his family members are considered to be mutants with much stronger bodies and power levels. Frieza himself was considered a child prodigy with such insane power levels that he could destroy a planet by mistake if his powers weren't properly contained. That's the reason why he made his earlier 3 inferior transformations to contain the power levels enough to not blow himself up and the others around him. Perhaps this is the reason why his body is unable to sustain maximum power levels and he loses stamina fast after an intense fight. Due to the lack of genuine competition, he never had to use much of his strength, until Goku humbled him, of course. Tempted to take revenge for his humiliation, he rushed back to Earth immediately after attaining the golden form. He defeats everyone, including Goku, but yet again his lack of patience becomes the catalyst for doom. It's revealed that he hasn't properly mastered his new form before deciding to unleash terror, and is yet again defeated by Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. However, one doesn't have to imagine his powers if he had mastered the golden form. We meet him again in Hell, where he's been training mentally while being confined in a cocoon. He is finally able to reach the true Golden Frieza form. This particular transformation achieved without physical training seems to be inspired by the Eastern mystical and philosophical traditions of mindfulness and meditation popular in Japan, China, and India. In the anime, when Goku asked Frieza to join Team Universe 7 for the Tournament of Power, Frieza transformed into his new form to show Goku how strong he could become. He wanted Goku to agree to bring him back to life after the tournament. Frieza used his Golden Frieza form during the Tournament of Power to defeat Caulifla, Kale, and Kaba, who were all in their Super Saiyan forms. Later on, when Vegeta was beaten by Jiren, Frieza turned Golden again to fight Jiren, but needed the help of Android 17. Frieza used this form again before fighting Universe 9's assassins, revealing an even stronger version of it. Throughout the saga, Frieza kept using this form in battles against many opponents like Gohan, Kaba, Agni Lhasa, Dispo, Toppo, and Jiren. Does Golden Frieza use God Ki? How can it withstand Hakai? Frieza has been able to overpower many heroes in his golden form, which is more impressive because in the battle of planet Namek, he couldn't sense Goku without seeing him while other heroes could. To do that, one needs Ki, a power that enhances the mental and physical vitality of a fighter. God Ki is a unique and pure form of the same power that belongs to divine characters and can be sensed only by those who possess it. We know that both Goku and Vegeta have learned to harness it, allowing them to achieve powerful transformations like Super Saiyan God and Blue. But whether Frieza has God Ki or not isn't clear in the anime. However, if he has learned to harness it, then it wouldn't be much of a surprise. During the fight with Sidra, Frieza was attacked with Hakai, the energy of destruction given to Sidra by the gods of destruction, specifically to vanquish Frieza. The evil tyrant was hit in Sidra's third attempt, and it seemed like he was in pain after getting hit with such overwhelming force, but it was all just a theatrical display by Frieza to taunt his enemy. He had already tamed the mighty weapon of the gods. Fans have been debating the possibility of Frieza possessing God Ki. Supporters argue that if Goku and Vegeta can achieve it, then Frieza can too. His base power level was much higher, and his training sessions were borderline miraculous. Besides, Frieza having God Ki also explains his withstanding Hakai. However, the other side isn't convinced. As to harness God Ki, one has to be trained by the gods or by someone who knows the art of this power. What is Golden Frieza's biggest weakness? How did Frieza overcome this? Frieza's weakness has always been his unstable transformations. He's never truly been in control of his powers. He just had too much power and no motivation to learn how to manage it until his first defeat. In all his fights, the two weaknesses of Frieza are crystal clear: impatience and arrogance. He goes into battle so certain of victory that he doesn't care to train or master his abilities. This has always ended with him being sliced and vaporized. Second is that his body is not able to sustain his powers at maximum levels for much longer and loses stamina, giving an opening to the opponent to strike lethal blows. After his defeat at the hands of Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta in Resurrection F, Frieza came back in the Tournament of Power and revealed his mastery over the golden form. He did that by intense mental training for an unspecified amount of time in Hell, and now he's more powerful than ever. Why Golden Frieza was the sleeper MVP of the Tournament of Power? Can he beat Broly? In the Tournament of Power, anything is possible. Even Goku getting the bright idea of adding Frieza to the Team Universe 7. He proved to be the perfect replacement for Majin Buu, getting dirty when needed and dirtier when not. He defeated Frost, his counterpart from Universe 6, with trickery and saved Gohan's life. He shared his energy with Goku during the fight with Jiren and later saved him from elimination by holding off the opponent with Android 17 until Goku got back to his feet. Frieza, being Frieza, effortlessly obliterated the weaker fighters with intimidation and force, and played the perfect teammate when facing a tough opponent. Fans were delighted to see his cruel tricks and dishonorable strategies throughout the tournament. Frieza truly showed that he's a team player, and if it would have served his interest, he wouldn't have minded being the best man at Vegeta's wedding. In Dragon Ball Super Broly, Frieza and Broly locked horns for 1 hour straight after the Saiyan went berserk. Broly is one of the rare fighters who gets stronger during a fight, much like the Hulk. Following the events of Dragon Ball Super Broly, Toriyama emphasized his significant role in shaping the story. Broly, now at a power level that the Z fighters aspire to reach, stands as possibly the strongest character in the universe in terms of raw potential and strength. As he trains under Beerus and engages in frequent sparring sessions with Goku and Vegeta, as hinted in Dragon Ball Super Superheroes, Broly is poised to undergo substantial enhancements. With increased durability being a significant factor in battle, if he were to face off against Black Frieza, Broly could emerge victorious, leveraging his newfound abilities. But it's not a certainty, because Frieza can be sliced, diced, vaporized, obliterated, confined in a cocoon with cute toys in Hell, and somehow he survives and comes back even stronger. Marvelous verdict! For any psychotic villain out there looking for inspiration, Frieza's the ideal bad guy to follow. He's a child prodigy who had never had to train until he was matched with a worthy opponent. He attained such an intense power level with just 4 months of training that other fighters couldn't even imagine achieving. And the man just can't seem to die. The evil dictator has no sob story or past trauma. All he has is an ambition to rule the universe and to be the baddest of the bad guys who's ever existed. And that's pretty cool for a villain. So, what's your favorite Frieza moment? Do let us know down in the comments, and we'll be back with other awesome videos on Dragon Ball characters, but until then, don't forget to like and subscribe.